Thank you, Jonna. Thank you for going first. Thank you for the person who brought Jonna flowers. There was a time not too long ago that I felt uber important. I was 36 and I was a corporate consultant inside an organization. I had a jam-packed schedule filled with very important meetings. I had very long to-do lists. I had many obligations. I had people that wanted me to be at their meetings because they wanted my opinion and they valued my opinion. Like I said, I felt uber important. I was also saying stuff like, I don't know how much longer I can keep up this pace. This is killing me. I need a break. I need a break. I need a break. Yeah, I needed a break. And I was one hair away from, I'm so glad I didn't, but I was one hair away from saying that statement, I'm too busy to take vacation. Never said it, but I was so close to saying it. And then I got a call one day, and my entire world, as I knew, cracked wide open. Apparently, I knew I was 20 weeks pregnant at the time. Not apparently I was pregnant. It was a really busy time. I was 20 weeks pregnant with our second child. I get this call, and apparently the baby and I have failed to pass a very important test. And then again, and then again. And in that moment, I became a statistic, something I had never been before. A case in point illustration of what can go wrong with a pregnancy after the age of 35. And I was also told that most likely within 24 hours, I would be going out on a maternity leave 4 months earlier than I had planned. And I did. Within 24 hours, I canceled meetings, I pushed back deadlines, I renegotiated contracts, I said no, I cut the crap, I reallocated work, I sliced out the fluff, and I got out of Dodge in 24 hours. And I remember walking through those corporate office doors, pausing, going, I guess I'm not as important as I thought I was. And I sit here now thinking, I'm almost embarrassed to admit that because that kind of sounds arrogant, doesn't it? But it was new to me back then because I just didn't get it, but I get now how the world will continue to turn on its axis despite us falling down, despite our absences, despite us even being there. It just will. And so, but it's a shame that we have to learn those lessons the hard way. And most times it's like when our bodies break down. But we continue, myself included, to get seduced into the trap of I'm too busy and people need me. And when truth be told, push comes to shove, that's all bullshit. That's an illusion that we have created to make ourselves feel better. And I truly get that comfortable cloak that we don of I am needed and I am important. But it is a reality, it is an illusion, it is not a reality. We tell ourselves, as Martha Beck says, we tell ourselves these polite lies, like, no, I'm fine, or I'd be happy to, or that's no trouble at all. Right? These polite lies, though, she says, come at a high cost. They come at a steep cost because these little polite lies over time start to form a mass, and they start to grow in size until, in Martha Beck's book Breaking Point, she talks about we break. And sometimes our bodies break. And she talks about this specifically happening with women. Clarissa Pinkola Estes talks about this in her story Sealskin, Soulskin, in her book Women Who Run with Wolves. You know this. And she talks, it's an archetypal story that illustrates what happens when a woman is removed from her essential nature. The man and asks her to live on land for 7 summers because he loves her, and she agrees. And she does live on land, but she finds over time her eyes begin to get gray and dull over, and her skin starts to dry up, and her body starts to shrink and collapse into herself until she realizes that she is a prisoner on land without her skin. So she demands, "Give me back what I am made of." And she gets her skin back, and she puts it on, and she returns into the water, and she is immediately fortified again, being returned to her essential nature. And Clarissa Pinkola Estes refers to this process, I love this concept of homing, of returning to ourselves. And I bring this up today because it's my fervent hope that one day soon our bodies will be given the night off from being our primary harbingers of change. I believe that, I truly believe that our bodies are doing a lot of the heavy lifting for us these days when it comes to alerting us that things need to change. And I wanted to get out of jail free card. And as long as I'm putting wishes out there, I want the phrase wake up call to be removed from our lexicon because we haven't fallen asleep. And I would also love the need for the cosmic 2x4 to whack you upside the head. I would like for that to be a thing of the past because we're already paying attention. And I would love for the concept of being smoked out of a situation or an organization or a relationship, because at the first hint of smoke, we took action and we didn't wait for the 25th harbinger of change to do something about it. And I tell you this tonight not to infuse fear or despair, or by all means pass judgment, but to offer a much needed perspective on 2 words that I hear virtually every client I work with say: trapped and stuck. You know, trapped and stuck. Firsthand. And so when I work with a client who's trying to create change, but they say they can't, I listen for I look for the crack in the cement of their logic. I listen for the musts and the shoulds, the ought tos, the rules, and the way life is. And I sniff and I poke, sometimes rather aggressively. And I watch my clients sort of dig in and go, "No, I tried that. No, that doesn't work. No, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough choices." So, then I put on my happy golden retriever face and I say, "What if you get hit by a bus? How would you make it work then?" And we laugh because, like, who do you know that, hopefully you don't know anybody that's gotten hit by a bus, but it doesn't happen very often, but they probably don't. But getting hit by the bus takes you out of commission really fast. You didn't have a chance to plan for it, and the world keeps turning. The world figures it out anyway, without you even being there. So sometimes all it takes is a hairline crack in the cement for the water to flow in with possibilities and choices and time and resources and money. Because freedom, that is what I am talking about. I'm talking about instigating a prison break from our minds. Yeah. I'm talking about starting a riot against the way life is. And I'm talking about breaking free from the walls of excuses that we call home and we take refuge behind. Because here's the deal. I don't want another wake-up call like I had 9 years ago. That sucked. And I want to have learned my lesson back then. Now, I don't want to live in fear of the bus. I want to live freely out of respect for that bus and for me. Our next speaker is all too familiar with wake-up calls. She's had just a few, and she's learned a lot from them. And now she's wide awake, and she's deciding that she wants to move through life in a way that works for her. Please welcome to the stage to tell her story, and next speaker of the evening, the amazing Molly Tarleton.